Hi guys. So this is my daily A log. Let's call it an A log because it's not a V log, it's an A log. Okay, it's actually it's a I'm posting a video, but it's still just an audio and some scribbling. Well, whatever. Let's call it an A log. And day 0 because I consider this to be just an introduction. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, it's basically for my personal use to track my progress, even though it's going to be public, but that really doesn't matter. It's for my personal use because I think that so far I have been learning English for a very long time, and I think I haven't done much progress. I don't really see any results, and the traditional approach hasn't really hasn't really yielded any results. I mean, the educational system here works that you just learn grammar and you learn vocabulary, and that is basically it. And I'm hugely inspired by a very famous polyglot. I think his name is it's funny, I'm not sure about his name, but his name is Benny Lewis, I think, and he wrote a book that's called to like something like be fluent in 3 months. And that has been a huge inspiration because I have checked some of his methods and I think they totally work. Even though I haven't read the book, the entire book, I'm about to, definitely. I have purchased it and I will get down to it as soon as possible. Maybe even as a part of my challenge, let's say. And his approach is to speak from the day one. That is a great idea. I want to do it. I'm on italki. That's a service that allows you to speak to find a language partners and to speak to them. And so I will definitely do a lot of that. I will do a whole lot of more, and I will just mention a few of those things later on. My point that okay, let's just pin down what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm trying to push my English as far as possible in just 3 months. And Benny's Benny's method, I think, will get me far, really far. And but essential part of his method is that when he gets down to study a new language, he's really passionate about it. And I kind of, for English, I have lost the passion that I think I need. So this is even like a tool to help me to get back on the track, to get me motivated again. And so Benny always, when he starts a new language, he always spends so much time working on it, like 10 hours a day. Okay, maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but at least like, I don't know, 8 hours a day, I think. I think I heard this number somewhere. So it might be true, might not, but I imagine that when you're passionate and you can just, the same way that I can binge watch a TV show for 10 hours a day. I really do believe that someone can do the same thing in English or any language learning. So what I want to do is study uh, at least 5 hours a day for 3 months. Okay. You may think this is a too high of a goal. This is unreasonable and all that stuff. Yeah, I have tried traditional learning methods to do like 10 minutes a day at least. That doesn't freaking work. It just doesn't. So I want to try. like an intense course. Really do this every single day, post a video every single day just to track my progress, and I'll see where it gets me. I want to focus. So okay, 5 hours a day for 3 months. I have the time. I'm a college student, so I have the time. So this equals to approximately, okay, let's make it approximately 450 hours. That is a huge amount. And if I do it, if I do it, okay, and it doesn't give me any results, at least I will have a good feeling about myself that I did something that I wanted to do, that I found the will to do it. So that's one pro to do it anyways, even if it doesn't really pay off at the end. Pay off in the end. In the end, my English sucks when I speak, so I have to think about it a lot. Okay, whatever. So some things I'd like to pin down some things I want to achieve in those 3 months. So first thing is that I definitely want to work on my pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation. This is an A, in case you're wondering. This is an A. Okay, so I definitely want to work on my pronunciation, mostly because when I get to speak to native speakers, I get frustrated and I get nervous. And if I get to speak in front of my friends, they're also not natives, and even worse in English than I am, worse at English than I am, I'm still very shy. And I just want to, I just want to break this barrier down, if it makes sense. So pronunciation is a big uh, thing I wanna, I want to overcome. Second of all, I want to do a lot of phrase mix. Phrase mix. Phrase mix is a site that offers you phrases, obviously. And it's a great site. I don't really want to explain it here. If you're interested, just look it up and you'll get some, and you can read about it. It's great. I think it's a great approach. It's very similar to what Benny Louis, I have no idea how to pronounce it, says. Third of all, I want to do a lot of listening, a lot of listening. This is supposed to be listening. I can't really fucking type. Oh, sorry. Can't really type. Listening. A lot of listening. This includes podcasts mainly, podcasts, and TV shows. TV shows. Okay. With TV shows, started I started watching a new TV show. It's called I believe you know it. It's called it's called uh, uh God damn it. It's called Sons of Anarchy. And I have some it's very difficult for me to understand. So one of my goals that I'd like to reach in this 3 month challenge is to be able to understand this without any difficulties, right? That is one of my goals. I want so basically this exercise is uh, to so that I speak better and so that I can listen better. I'm not really interested. I'll definitely read a book or two. I think I can do it. I have read a lot of books, um, so I think I will eventually over the course uh, over the course of those 3 months, I will read a book, at least one or two, but that's not really my main goal. What I'm trying to, that's not really the main thing I'm trying to do here. This really is not the main thing. So the main thing uh, is to improve my listening and my speaking, mainly my pronunciation. And yeah, that's it. That's what I'm trying to do here. And on top of that, I'm not sure if that is possible. That may be a little bit, um, that might be a little too much, but I would love to. I would really love to learn Spanish alongside, not to some super intermediate level, just some basics like to say hi, how are you, or what have you been up to, and some basic easy stuff. That's it. Why I picked up learning Spanish, why I want to do it is that I lost, as I said, I have lost the motivation to learn English, and I want to try to learn language because it's Spanish. You often hear that is very good to know. You know, if you want to go abroad, if you want to get a better job, you have to learn English, and that is not a good mindset. It's mandatory, and as soon as something is mandatory for me, it gets boring. So I want to try to learn Spanish because no one has ever said to me to learn Spanish. No one said you should learn Spanish. It's a good language. I mean, it's a good language. That's for sure. But no one has ever said it to me. So I want to try it. I want to try to learn a bit of Spanish and to find the passion I need to learn languages. So I want to take up Spanish to help my English, if it makes sense. And yeah, that's basically it. This is just an introduction. Tomorrow, I guess this will be very boring. I will usually just talk about stuff that happened to me that day, maybe throw an expression or two that I learned that day, and that's probably it. It's not gonna get even like one view, but it's still cool. It's still cool. I do it for myself, and maybe if it pays off, and if I speak, for example, if I speak and sound significantly better, maybe someone will watch it and it will help someone. And even if it doesn't pay off in the end, at least you can be like, okay, so this is not the way to learn language. Maybe I should try something else or to look somewhere else for better advice. Because I'm definitely not experienced in learning languages. I'm no polyglot. I guess it's better to go to some polyglot and ask him for opinions. And maybe I'll throw one or two as well, because I listened to a podcast that is hosted by a polyglot, and I don't remember the name of the podcast. Sorry about that, but I'll get it in tomorrow in the next episode. And the host, he invites guests, usually other polyglots, and they talk about motivation and stuff like that. It is great. I'll give you the name of the podcast later. Okay, that's it for today. It was just it's not a short introduction. I just ramble on. I know that it's very boring, but as I said, this is mainly for myself. So if you watch Rick and Morty, you will get this. As they say in Canada, peace out.